And so what you call God can say a lot about your relationship with him, how well you know him. So my question today is, what do you call God? And I know lots of people who call God, the big guy upstairs, the big cheese, the one in the sky looking out for me. And here's the thing. If that's what you call God, chances are you probably don't really know him. You maybe have a general idea of him. You think maybe there must be something else out there. I don't know what I call him, so big guy sounds good enough. But that reflects the depth of your relationship with him. You obviously don't know him as the Bible describes him. And so if you're a big guy in the sky kind of person, don't worry, because you can always grow closer to Jesus. And that's the next thing I want to point out, is that relationships can change over time. You know this, that if you're working on a relationship, you can become more intimate. You hope this when you're dating someone, right? You can actively grow closer to some people, right? When you're dating someone, it becomes normal to spend time with that person. The more you spend time with them, the more you get friendly with them. Maybe you come up with a nickname, or you have an insider story or kind of a joke that only you guys know. You start looking forward to your time with that person who you want to be with. In fact, you start organizing the rest of your life around that relationship because, love. And so we know that it's possible to get closer to somebody. Alternatively, there's some people who say, I just grew apart, or I fell out of love. And that's because, you're a 14-year-old who doesn't understand that love is a choice. It requires sacrifice. It demands that you choose to love that person every day. It's not just an emotion, but love is a pursuit. It's a prioritizing. It's a celebration. It's mourning together. The key word is together. Or you can choose to leave that person out, but you're changing the relationship based on inviting somebody in or pushing someone out of your daily life. And you see, we can build a meaningful, life-altering relationship with God, or we can walk away from him by just not including him day in and day out. Relationships change based on the choices we make, the choices we make. And that's what's so important here, because the reality, the truth is, God doesn't change, so it's up to us to change. If something about your relationship with God seems different, listen, he didn't move. We did. We are the ones who change. He hasn't wandered off somewhere and changed his priorities or gotten lost and forgotten about you. God does not change. He is constant and he is consistent. The Bible puts it this way in Hebrews 13:8. It says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I want to look at the Psalms through this kind of whole conversation. And Psalm sets up the eternality, the consistency of God this way. In Psalm 102, verse 25, it says, Long ago you laid the foundations of the earth and made the heavens with your hands. They will perish, but you remain forever. They will wear out like old clothing, and you will change them like a garment and discard them. But you are always the same. You will live forever. And so what I want to spend today exploring with what's left of our time is how we can live a life when we feel afraid and anxious and depressed or overwhelmed. How we can live knowing a God who is trustworthy, who said he would never leave us nor forsake us, that he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. And all the things you read in the Bible point to the character of a God who can be trusted despite what our circumstances look like. And so I want us to grab hold of these truths and cling to them like our lives depend it. Not like, hey, there's a big guy in the sky watching out for me, I hope. But there is a God of the universe who is everything you need to get through your day in and your day out and your tomorrow and this pandemic and the bad relationship and the financial strife and everything hard in this world, even into eternity. God is enough for what you need. There is a God who has not abandoned you, and he hasn't left his throne. He is still trustworthy.